It is our pleasure to return for more discussion about life after Earth's ascension to higher frequencies. What would it be like to have another 50 to 100 years added to your life? Not much for someone who is young, but for someone who is older it would mean quite a lot. If you knew right now that you would have an additional 50 to 100 years, how would you live your life differently? Would it be as a caretaker of the new Earth? As caretakers of Supsten, our first task was to care for the physical welfare of those around us. This came after the removal of the last of the dark energy's agents and the great separation between those who wished to stay and those who did not. You have described this trifurcation before, Mark. First there was the need to ensure that the caretakers, those who chose to remain on Supsten, would have their physical needs met. This included water, food, and shelter, for although we were on a much advanced planet, we still had these basic needs. After the basics were supplied, there then came the matter of what we were to do. The forces of the transformation had dismembered our old institutions. There was no economy. There were no towns, cities, nations, government, or most other organizations, period. We had to organize ourselves, first into small neighborhood groups, then into ever larger groups. And how was that done? Those who had done this process on other planets assisted our reorganization. Our brothers and sisters from other planets, and celestials who had seen it all before, came and taught us what had worked for them. As caretakers, we had to learn new ways to organize, how to live without the structures that had been imposed upon us by the agents of the dark energy. This was a whole new experience, for we had no context in which to operate. Everything is different when you start from scratch. It was beautiful in that there are no precedents. It was a bit scary because there are no precedents. We knew that we wished to organize for the benefit of all. No one was to be omitted, but how to do that? The idea of a collaborative was suggested. A collaborative is a structure in which everyone is honored, everyone has a voice, everyone is cared for according to his or her needs, and everyone can contribute according to their skills. No one is compensated for any particular talent. Everyone contributes his or her particular talent to the good of the whole. This process was made much easier due to the reconnection of our telepathic abilities. We were able to know what each person could contribute, and what each person needed. So the first role of the caretakers is to care for each other. The second is to get things organized, at the most simple level. The third role is to expand organizing to embrace other organizations. All of this requires a tremendous amount of teaching and mentoring, and great patience. For most us on Supsten, it was our first time dealing with either survival or organizing. Looking back on it was a magic time when everyone cooperated for the good of the whole, and of each other. We are now here to lend a hand by recounting our experiences for you. You are free to adopt what we suggest or not. We are here to mentor you. After the Institute has done its job by collecting would-be caretakers, and lifting their frequency, We will sit down and converse with you over a cup of tea or coffee, as you often do on your planet. I have no idea if we will like tea or coffee, but we will still sit down and talk in that congenial manner. We are very much looking forward to such a dialogue. The aging process is gradual. You will go back not to your old body, as you knew it, but to a new younger body. It will resemble the old you, but will be much improved. Keep in mind that in the new earth you will exist in an environment where there is no disease. Therefore the aging process will be quite gradual for your new body. The psychological adjustment to a new body may be more extreme than the physical. You will acquire new strength and endurance. These must be used wisely or you may injure yourself. A healthy amount of self-discipline is advised. Also your new body will function as that of a younger person with all the natural inclinations with regards to sex and consumption of foods and beverages. Using your new body to pleasure yourself, whether it be climbing mountain or engaging in sex, should be tempered with the knowledge that you are now a caretaker of the new earth, and that this is your primary responsibility. Nonetheless, make sure you enjoy your new environment. It will be a wondrous place compared to that in which you now dwell. Seek relationships among the other caretakers so that you may organize to the benefit of all. Seek both close friends as well as a wide range of acquaintances, for you are all on the new earth for a reason. Each of you will have survived the rigors of the transformation to the new earth. Honor each other as survivors and fellow travelers. So what is it like today to know that you have volunteered to live an additional 50 to 100 years? How does it affect your mental outlook? How do you conduct yourself relative to others, some of whom have also volunteered, some who have not? Just the idea that you will have an extended lifetime should induce you to take care of the body in which you currently reside, as good practice for that which you will be acquiring. Open your mind to the limitless possibilities that additional years give you. Will you change your lifestyle? Will you acquire additional knowledge? Will you engage in new activities? Will you begin new things rather than thinking of retiring? Take a hard look at yourself in the mirror. Is this the way you wish to appear for the next 100 years? Since your body is a reflection of your soul, and to a great extent you can mold it, how will you change your appearance? Will you be more open or more reflective? Will you aspire to greatness, or be a vital cog in the organization of the new world? You have additional years. What will you undertake on behalf of your fellow humans of Earth? Does all of this sound exciting enough that you will volunteer to be a caretaker of the new Earth? We hope so, for our experience on Supsten was a wondrous enlightening one. Begin planning today as to how you will spend the rest of your extended life.